Yo, what's going on? My name's Uzi, and I also go by Angel. Yo, what's good? Gabe, also known as Uzi, one of the Uzi twins.
What's good? It's Jacob, known as Little Gators.
My name's Ryan. I go by Jagged Cloud. I'm the coach.
Today we're getting into a lot. So, first and foremost, we want to thank HCS staff for just putting on the events in the first place. Everyone loves Halo, whether that be you're a competitor, spectator, or someone who puts on the events, someone who's a developer for Halo. Everyone loves Halo. So anytime we have events to go to, we appreciate it.
We appreciate everybody for letting us live our dream. Without them, none of this is possible. So
Yeah, word. Yep, yeah. That runs deep. Also, another special shout out to all the orgs that supported me in the past and the present. Shout out Scion, shout out Dark Inside, Stunning Baseline, and Legion. Shout out to those guys. And I wouldn't be here without them, to be honest.
100%. Yeah, shout out Proton and Luminon as well. And of course, Dark Inside, like Angel mentioned. And then, of course, gotta talk up Legion Gaming. Those guys are the goats. Taking care of us.
Yeah, they are.
Already getting us set for the upcoming DreamHack events going forward. Really excited for those.
Yep.
Definitely looking forward to this off season. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity, not only for the fans and everybody who loves Halo, but also players like Jake, Gabe, and Angel, players who
Facts. Yep.
really want to keep moving forward and making a name for themselves. Those that stick to it and grind are going to see the benefits, the fruits of their labor come the start of
that next Halo
season.
Yep.
And then we wanted to give one more shout out to the community, especially Thug Nasty. Appreciate you guys. We obviously saw that petition that went around. That meant a lot to us. We were in a tough spot, and to see that everybody was not necessarily picking sides. I don't want to say on our side, but at least supporting us and understanding the tough spot we were in, and advocating for us to have a substitute. We saw that. We appreciate it. Doesn't go unnoticed.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you for sure.
Sure.
All right.
Like, how did you end up meeting Noel? Like, what was that all about?
I remember meeting him before sitting down at main stage, but I completely forgot how I initially met him. But that's really where we had that significant conversation. So Noel, I guess, saw me after we had initially met.
And by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, Noel is my older brother. His tag is Saint Nick 101, and yeah, he's basically the one that introduced me to Halo. We were teaming with him for the first year and a half of Infinite, and he was basically just showing us the ropes.
Was he gross? Was he good at the game, or what?
He said he was just an MM kid in H5, and he was like coaching top teams in H5. He was like coaching Ryan Noob, Boo Boo, Hugh, people like that.
So I was just sitting at main stage, literally just watching a matchup. I don't even remember who it was. And he just pulled up, and we started having like a super deep conversation. We started talking about
what event is this? What event? It's DreamHack.
And he sat down next to me. We started talking about like life, Halo, the team that I had put together with Luminon, which at the time was Neuronical, Jazero, Envied, and Diagram. I was trying to see if we could just, throw something together that would work. Definitely did not work.
I'm curious, like, what were you like? Why that team? Did you put that team together, or like?
So it was a combination of. Well, I'll tell you this: it wouldn't have came to fruition if it wasn't for Luminon and me going to Luminon. At the beginning, I approached Luminon. I said, "Hey, I've got some really good connections. Know a lot of players, a lot of good players. There's also a lot of opportunity because the open bracket." This is what my mentality was at the time. The open bracket was free. As the season progressed, that proved to be very untrue. I think we eventually realized that the pros who used to play the game at an extremely high level could not just come back into the scene and just expect to outclass.
Be where they were at before.
Yeah, not just that, because where they were at before was like, top 12, top 8, depending on the player. But to even expect to just enter the open bracket and outclass top AM was not even the case. Like, people couldn't even do that. And you would think like, oh, maybe they could, like most people, I think the average fan, the average viewer would be like, yeah, you put those guys on a team, you put them in the open bracket, they could definitely make it out.
They're making it out, yeah. You would think so on paper.
Exactly.
Because of what they've done before, which is fair.
Yep. But
that is fair.
Obviously, the meta changes completely. Just stepping out of that team aspect and then trying to put yourself back into it to try and perform at that level and be a good teammate after not playing Halo in a team setting for a very long time is it's just not something that anyone can just do, which clearly we saw because that team didn't do horribly, but I mean, the second we played anyone worth noting,
Anyone competent?
yeah, I mean, we
It was
beat
difficult.
I forgot who's
Lies, right?
was it
Or Kraken?
Lies?
That was Kraken.
Was
That
it?
was Kraken.
It was like Leaderness Collective.
Ivan Eyes.
I'm not sure who was on the team at the time for DreamHack Dallas, but yeah, that's who it was. So back to the conversation I was having with Noel. At the time, the plan was to move forward with Luminon, put something together that would allow them to be extremely competitive at a high level with a North American team. They already had their Latin American team. They were experimenting internationally, but they wanted to also have like their flagship team as their NA team. Noel immediately said, my brothers are insane. You got to see the way they play. They're incredible guys. They're incredible players. They're on the same wavelength. They're twins. He kept talking about how like you guys have that twin chemistry.
Twin telepathy.
Exact twin telepathy. That's exactly what he said. Like the Ogre twins, like other players in the sea. I think Lunchbox and Roy are they twins or they're
Yeah,
just
they're
brothers?
twins. Yeah, they're twins.
They're
Yeah,
twins. Yeah, I think he mentioned them too. Yeah, so I was like, oh, dude. I mean, your brothers are great. I've been watching them for a very long time. They're really good players, but I at the time I didn't really know like how good you guys were. And he was like, bro, let's actually just go watch them in the 2v2 right now. And I was like, bet, let's go. So we just like left main stage over to the open bracket section, got 2 chairs, literally put them right behind you guys. And Noel, the way he made you anticipate greatness. And
Noel's good at that.
Yeah.
Noel's good at that. He's he's good with
100%.
preparing you for a good time.
Yep. So obviously, like he's talking really good about you guys, and I'm like, all right, well, these guys gotta like really show it. So
They gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta show you something.
yeah, so I'm sitting behind you guys, and I'm watching you guys. I'm listening to your comms, and keep in mind, for those of you that don't know, like most people that watch open bracket, they're usually like behind that little fenced area. Me and Noel were literally like on the inside of that, sitting right behind them, so we could hear everything, their comms, and watch how their comms were influencing how they were playing the game. I'm listening to all of it, and it's incredible how you guys were just in sync, always watching each other's outs, telling each other, "Oh, you're safe there, bro. Like, just stay there. I'm looking over you." And then the way you guys would rotate around the map, knowing where each other are in order to influence everything the way you wanted to, whether it was spawns, whether it was movement, or how you were outputting damage to then clean up that damage and get those kills. It was incredible to watch. And immediately in my head, I'm like, holy shit, like there's very, very few players that play the game like this and can actually be on the same wavelength the way you guys were. I know there's a bunch
Thank you,
of
bro.
like, of course, I know there's a
Yeah,
bunch of
word.
like top duos in the scene, like even at the highest level, like you look at certain players and you're like, oh, like Trippy and Lucid, for example, or, there's other
Yep.
guys out there that you look at and you're like, wow, these guys are incredible. But
Yeah.
I think that comes with experience and with teaming for so long. But with you guys, it's like different. It's literally like Noel said it. That twin telepathy, bro. You guys just.
I mean, we've been playing like shit together since we were like fucking 7 years old. Like we were split screening, we was doing the whole thing. Like, yeah, split screen. We would be split screening Gears, COD, Halo, yep, you name it. And then by
Yeah.
the time we got our own consoles, we would like play Gears 4 together. We'd play Destiny together. Whatever it was, we'd be playing it together. So it's that simple. Like
Anything
Trials.
competitive gaming, like
Yeah.
if you know like Trials, Destiny era, then you know what that's about, and like
Yeah.
shit like that.
And
Just being our competitive selves.
And your brains are just
then
connected
Fortnite.
on top of that, bro. Like it's not even the fact that you guys have been playing for so long together. It's that you guys are quite literally connected. Like, I mean, we're always talking, and you guys literally finish each other's sentences or say shit at the same
Yeah,
exact
pretty much.
time.
Yeah,
too.
probably
Like,
happen throughout the pod.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it will probably happen.
Yeah. So immediately I recognized that. I go back and I talk to management at Luminon and Boyce and try to see like, what can we do moving forward? Try to figure something out for SLC. It didn't materialize with Luminon, but it did materialize with
Into you being our coach.
with me being your coach and signing on with Dark Inside for the next event, which was SLC. And then eventually Noel, after you guys finished your matchups, I think you got second that event. Was it second that you guys
we got
that
second.
event?
Yeah, we got second.
And
Yeah.
the match you were actually watching was against the Sunrise and I think Moe's. Sunrise and Moe's.
I
To
don't
be fair,
remember,
we
to be
we
honest.
slammed them. It was honestly classic. Like no disrespect to them. I mean I think the EUs are great. I mean look at Legend. Like he came from EU. Like that's fucking crazy. That talent could just be anywhere like that and just getting rings. Like that's ridiculous. But we put on a masterclass and that's when Ryan realized like, oh shit, yo, these guys are actually really good. Those guys were on main stage right before then. They played
were,
the 2v2 right after. So it's like these guys aren't a fucking slouch.
So then Noel introduced us. He was like, "Yo, guys, this is Ryan. He's with Luminon." And then we shot the shit. And was that Friday or Saturday that 2v2?
That was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Was Saturday?
Because I remember.
I mean, the 2v2 is always on Saturday. That's just how it goes.
We were talking about like Ryan coaching history with Proton, Chris, and with Chris, Haynes, Shane, and Breaking Shot. So
Shane is Posey.
we were just
for those of you that don't know.
Posey, yeah. But yeah, that was fun to talk about that history.
We were actually at the same Airbnb at the time. Ascending Baseline, which was their organization, and Luminon had like split a big Airbnb, so that some of the Ascending Baseline players were there, and some of the Luminon players were there, and that's when we
Wasn't it Alpha Luminon? Wasn't that the Alpha Luminon?
Oh yeah, it was Alpha
the
Luminon.
whole Alpha Luminon roster was there, and then me and Joey Jazero.
So the Luminon roster, the Alpha Luminon roster, and then our roster, the AB roster.
Yep. And that's when we kind of bonded, and I think became like more than just like acquaintances. We became almost like friends, almost in like 2 days.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then from there, kind of like had the conversation of just like, what we're gonna do moving forward and try to build.
After DreamHack, we made some team changes. Gabe and I went free team of two for a little while, and then we ended up going back to Spectre, Aiden, and we picked up Super CC. We honestly saw amazing growth right after DreamHack. We got top 24 at DreamHack, which was like I've been placing top 24 for like 2 years. I was not trying to see that number again, like personally, and I'm not trying to be in the open like at all. After DreamHack, Gabe and I were like seriously considering like not playing in the open bracket anymore. Just going to events just for 2v2 or just for side events, like maybe playing FFA, but not going for fours. Like specifically, that was our whole thing. We did not want to keep going in the open bracket if it was just gonna keep going like this.
Yeah, it can't be like top 24 and placing. It doesn't really show the hard work we put in outside of the game because there's a bunch of other things we can't control, like roster changes or the pool of players we have to choose from. At the end of the day, like there's so much out of your control. So, I mean, what we could control and what we thought at the time was what
Just
we
us
do,
two.
and just us two, and what me and Angel do at events, whether that be the side events or whatnot. And then with that team, we beat C9. I'm sure everyone's seen the viral clips Angel was making farming his stream. And then right after we beat Unreal Nightmare. Honestly, I think we were just really hot that day. We were just super comfortable.
Like Gabe and I, we woke up at like 3 a.m. that day, and we were like, bro, like, I'm not going back to fucking sleep. Like today, something has to happen. We went outside. We played a little bit of basketball. We were just like getting our morning vibes up, like making sure our brains awake, getting the blood flowing, and then after that, we were just shooting bots for like 3 hours, and then that whole morning routine. We tried to replicate it multiple times, and it just honestly it was just a great morning. I would just put it that way.
No, yeah, everything was just right that day.
Y'all don't play ball though. Y'all are like 5'2", bro. Like,
nah, don't get me wrong. I'm ass at ball, but
nah, yeah, I'm ass, but fuck
I just do it because like there's something
just
to
love
do.
the game type.
Yeah, I fuck with the game.
I want to get better at it, to be honest. Like, I have a ball in the dorm right now, but I don't fucking use it because, like, I'm inside on the toy all day, so yeah.
You know,
I
it is
think
what it
I
is.
would be a D1 athlete if I wasn't on the game, but
Yo, why isn't Jake a
And with,
D1
like, 50
athlete, bro?
followers.
Come on,
yeah,
Jake.
let's talk. Yeah, Jake, what's going on there, bro?
What you said?
Why aren't you a D1 athlete, bro? 6'8",
Dude,
you're the
like,
tallest Halo player.
tendonitis, bro. Like tendonitis from the left knee. Like I don't know.
Oh shit.
And I
Damn.
can't jump, so all good.
Fuck. All right. After we, Angel was farming the TL for impressions. Yeah, we were on a big high with the team for about a week or two, and then we kind of just fell out because of personal issues that we're not going to get into right now. But there is no bad blood. There is no beef. It's really none of that. It's just
Yeah, things just don't work
things
out.
just don't work out. And we ended up teaming with Kadnassi and Hative for SLC. I'm gonna say right now that event pretty lackluster. It was only one more event after SLC, and we kind of didn't beat the teams we wanted to beat. If we ended up losing to Aiden and Super CC, which like I've never actually had a grudge match in all of Halo, like ever. Like
I mean, we just never we never,
never like
switched
team
teams.
switched.
We
We
never
never switched-
team
yeah.
swapped. So yeah, it was never. We never changed.
It
our
was never
teammates,
like
which
I can't lose. I can't. It was never this. I can't lose, or else like this burning passion. Like I remember, I was streaming on an online qualifier with Matt and Hayden and Kidnassi and Noah and Matt, and we were playing against Aiden and Chase's new team. And I just remember like
thinking of yourself that like, oh wait,
thinking to myself and like calming to myself like this passion that I didn't have before. And it's year 4. You think like it's just gonna get drained out of me, but no, like I really want. It was a grudge match. Like I remember I had like people in my chat like, holy shit, grudge match. Like we're going through it right now. Like this is the match to watch.
Yeah. yeah.
So we ended up losing to them in the onlines, and we lost to them on LAN as well. And they ended up getting top 12, and we didn't get out the open. That's when Ryan, Gabe, and I were like, yo, something's just gotta change.
Yeah, we were honestly that event. Me, Angel, and Ryan, we were kicking the shit that event. We went to a bunch of restaurants. We was on the scooters. We went through the mountains.
That was
We
incredible.
were kicking it. Dude. We were having a hell of a vibe over there. That was honestly one of the best events when it comes to like just how much we was exploring and just chilling with our coach. We're usually like we're leaving early or whatever the case might be. It just wasn't just events aren't usually a vibe like that. Besides London, London was a vibe.
For those of you that know, if you know, you know, those lime scooters are
The lime scooters are lit.
those things are fun. So
Facts.
we literally took them about 30 minutes out from the city, drove past pretty much everything. We even saw like maybe city halls, like a big SLC government building, which was really cool.
It was the Capitol, no? Capitol?
Yeah,
The Capitol building?
yeah, maybe the
That's what
Capitol
it was like in
building.
the middle. That's all I remember about it. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, and then we went up the mountains. It was gorgeous. I mean, the views were insane. The weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
We had a random cat following us for like 10 minutes that we didn't want to leave.
Yo,
The
we're
cat.
coming down the mountain and the cat is just walking by us, just chilling. And then like we had to run away from the cat so that he could leave us alone so that he wouldn't follow us too far.
At one point, we were worried that he'd get too far away from his neighborhood because we really were walking very, very far away. This thing was
we were
following
walking
us,
for a minute.
meowing like, "Oh meow,"
Yeah.
and we'd be turning around like, "Bro, this thing is still following us." So at some point, yeah, we just kind of like ignored it, stopped giving it attention, kind of ran off. But it was a beautiful cat, great
Yeah.
vibes.
He would like roll over and shit on the like what kind of cat is just rolling over at a like come on.
For strangers.
That's crazy. For strangers.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just we're a vibe, bro. It's that simple, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got back to the hotel that night, and we had about a 4-hour conversation about like what we're gonna do and how it's gonna look different, and like making sure that the last event just isn't just the same story. That's
Yeah.
really all it is about, like how to develop our playbook, how to develop our comms, just like how to develop.
Just develop. We needed to know how to develop as players, how to do that in the shortest amount of time.
because going from top 20, top 24 in the open bracket to then where we got to, which is Worlds, we needed like a set game plan. And I mean, we pretty much executed on all cylinders. Like we did exactly what we said. We was like, yo, our comms are shit.
Yeah.
Our teammates at the
Oh my
time
God.
didn't believe that our comms were ass, but like we
They
had
were.
Justin, we had Hunter JGX telling us that like they don't just tell you what's going on their screen. They're just giving you relevant information. They're not gonna tell if you're in a 1v1, bro. I want you to shut the fuck up and take that battle and tell me what happens. And then I want you to start guiding the team in a direction where we can actually start winning off of the death or the win you just got.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Rather than
exactly.
just screaming out, one shot here, one shot there, one shot here, one shot there. And then it just becomes chaos in the comms. Nobody can think. Nobody can make the right plays. Nobody knows, do I follow up with this play? Do I follow up with that play? People are stressing shit. That's like,
Yeah.
you don't know what
That's
to do.
not important at all. Yep. A lot of players, in my opinion, struggle with that because there's a lot of good players in the AM scene that can shoot, realistically, just as good as the pros, in my opinion. But like, if you don't have the communication skills to just convey what's on your screen in a way that it doesn't amp your teammates up or like check your teammates, that's what's more important at the end of the day.
Exactly. That conversation was amazing. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a 4-hour conversation. We were up until probably like 3 a.m. just talking about what we need to do, going into practice with every intention of being as professional as possible and taking this as serious as possible because the ultimate goal at the time was to be at Worlds. It was to
Yep.
be the most competitive team we could possibly be and to put ourselves in a position to succeed not only against the top AMs, but to be competitive against pro teams as well.
Yep.
And that went into everything, like we were saying just now, communication, how we practiced, the teammates that we chose, and just how to be a more coherent unit.
After SLC, we started playing with Chris and Noah, Coleman and Kid Nasty. I think that teaming with Chris helped me and Angel be just more confident on the map. The way Chris plays the game, I mean, it only made sense to me and Angel that like, you just gotta assert yourself on the map, You can't just like if you let the other team make the plays before you or like you just let them play the game more than you're not gonna win in the grand scheme of things. And
He was the perfect
no,
teammate.
yeah.
At the time, we were talking about what other two players are we going to put next to Gabe and Angel for them to succeed and for the team as a whole to, do well. It wasn't just obviously about them two. It was just about, putting the right players that made a team. And I think at the time we were considering Gunplexion and Little Gators. But we were also thinking like, Kid Nasty's a really good player. I have to give Noah his flowers. I think he's great. We were pretty much set on Gunplexion and Little Gators right before we kind of made like the ultimate decision. You guys were talking to Mikey and you guys had pretty much, agreed that that was going to be the team. And I think I sent you guys a text and I was like, yo, I'm going to just like message Chris and see where his head's at. So I hit up Chris. He honestly took a liking to the idea. He already had his team that was pretty much set. I think at the time he was going to team with who was it? Morgan, Lido, and
Morgan Ezzo and Lido.
Organizo and Lido.
Yeah.
But for reasons that I'm sure Chris had, he decided that the better option was to go with Kid Nasty, Angel, and Gabe. I'm actually glad that was like a last ditch effort before teaming with Gunplexion and Little Gators. I'm glad that I hit him up because he really showed Gabe and Angel how to play the game in a different light from the teammates that he had previously had. Chris teamed with Ryan Noob and King Nick. And, obviously tons of other great players.
And plenty of experience in Halo and like
Exactly.
that's only just gonna shine through us. I mean,
Exactly.
Gabe and I are fucking sponges. We're just gonna
Absorb
take
it
the
all.
knowledge and run with it. And I'm gonna pick your brain. I'm gonna ask you about why your thought process is this, why my thought process and something might be flawed or anything and anything of the sort.
Yep. And then I had coached Chris back in season 2, I think it was. I mean, obviously he was an incredible player at the time. So I said, I think the two of them with him and Kid Nasty would be great.
Yeah, we didn't beat any significant teams. We went game 5 with Aiden's team at the time, which was Sparty, Louie, Sparty, Looney, Mortally and Suspector.
Yep.
And we almost pulled off the reverse sweep, but it didn't happen. And after that, I kind of knew like it was gonna be a rocky ship. And Chris ended up going back to breaking shot Dylan, which I completely understood, and I respected
they
that
got top
decision all the
eight.
way.
Yeah, they got top 8 this year, so I understand wanting to finish out the year with someone you pretty much got your best placing with. So, I mean, that only makes sense to me. So,
Yeah,
no bad blood there with Chris. He's still the homie,
yeah, we're
obviously.
yeah, and we ended up splitting ways with Noah. We just like during that time when we got dropped by Chris, we were like moving into our dorm, and it was such a weird situation because like
We
I
couldn't
wanted,
really.
I personally wanted to keep playing with Noah, but like he ended up going with another team. I forgot who it was at the time, and then Gabe and I were just like, okay, well, do we take Mikey? Do we take Gunny and Lil Gators and like show them what we just learned? It was literally that. It was like, who do we show what we just learned and actually
And
like
who is gonna actually
retain all
take what
that?
we say seriously and allow the team to play the way the team should be playing, and like being that hive mind that we've been looking for. You know what I mean? We can't just have a team and we're saying all these things and we don't want to waste our breath. So you want to find those teammates, and from the pool of players we have, we just we just didn't really have a choice. It was either we're going with Little Gators and Gunny, or I guess we're just not playing.
Yeah, yeah,
And so we just said, we're just gonna play with them and see how it goes. If it goes terribly, then
then fuck it. We tried our
then
hardest.
it is what it is. Then yeah, we tried, but it obviously paid off
A lot of
in the long term.
a lot of people at the time too were telling us, Gunplection's had his opportunities. He's never made it out. He's not the type of
Yep.
player that can play the game the way that you have to play it. This, and that. Little Gators is new to the scene. Can he perform at that level that we need him to?
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think within the first week of scrimming, we immediately recognized that this can be a team that can be very scary for a lot of other teams. They displayed everything we were looking for after we had that conversation in SLC, essentially.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
showed that they could be a part of a system that could be successful. And they had the determination, the professionalism, and the dedication to make
Just the
it
commitment.
to make
Yeah.
it
Like
happen.
the amount of times we spent like
Just in VOD, just
being in
looking over.
VOD, looking over like this, the way we want to play, the the sacrifices we make to also be together and find scrims and take the VOD seriously. Like that takes a lot of bandwidth from anyone, and it's hard to always expect the best out of someone. So like the least you can expect is like just being there.
Yeah.
You know. So that alone, that sacrifice means a lot to me.
I think it's your turn, Jake. I think it's time to give you the limelight, bro. Like,
my turn.
how,
Like, let's go.
yeah. When did you start playing Halo? What did you like? Not even just competitively, like just like what games you played, just random shit.
What are the grassroots, bro?
Yeah, word.
So like, let's just go like way back, like when I first started playing video games.
Yeah.
So like, I used to play like Halo Reach with like my brother, like split screen, like easy, like stuff like that. And then progressively, like just like new games come up, like Fortnite, I would just play that. And then like everybody else was like kind of like casual with it and all that. I just like being the best at the video games for some reason. Like I don't know why, but I just hated being worse than everybody else at it. So I just like tried to be the best. And
I
then
respect that.
yeah, I play like Rocket League, and then some other like shooters.
You're tough at Rocket League.
No, I'm like champ 1. I can like double flip reset, but like
I don't know what that means, but fuck it, bro.
Oh, that's actually
Nah, I know
kind of good.
that's correct.
Yeah.
But then Halo Infinite came out. I was on like the original like 30 FPS Xbox on like year 1.
Oh
Just like
no.
terrible at the game. And then I was like Diamond 6, and I got into a pro player's lobby. I'm like, wow, this guy's so much better than me. Why am I so dog shit? And I got like the Xbox Series S and then X, and I just kept on getting better. And I was like low key shitting on people because they're not that good. And then I got like a PC, and then I was just like an MM demon, like jiggle peeking every wall. Nobody could kill me. And then
Nobody
Yo,
jiggles
bro,
like Jake.
you would, bro. The thing is, bro, it would check me at matchmaking. Seeing you run, you'd be in the middle of my piv. We'd be in that piv, and you run, you go to that wall, and then jiggle it. And I'm just
I
like,
mean,
bro, like the game I'm playing.
that's just, bro. It used to be so cracked too, like the old jiggle peek. Like I literally
Yeah.
like it was so like I
Yeah, I
couldn't.
know
Live
you were
with him,
unkillable.
bro. I was unkillable. I was him.
That's before they
And
changed
then
the movement mechanic, right?
the
Or
inertia and like the
yeah,
like couldn't kill as fast either.
yep.
Yeah, the bandit speed, right?
Yeah, and then that happened, and then we'll just like skip a long time. I like trolled people, like streamers, just like killing them, shooting their bodies, all that. And then we'll just go to BTH, I guess. Like I didn't compete in anything like up until then. And then no, well I guess I think I did that one online cup before. Like I
You
just
played the
knew.
online cup, the one online cup before BTH?
Yeah, I think so.
Was that
Okay,
that
interesting.
was
Or
with
no, it was during. It was during. It was during. Because it
Oh,
was
okay,
like
okay.
during the
Talk
process.
about that run, bro. I want to hear about that. I want to hear that run.
yep.
The run and the opens thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We played you that
I
event.
mean,
And who you were
yeah, we
playing, and
played
who you
we
were playing with.
Yep.
I was playing with Cycle, Frosty, and Sirion. Not a bad teammates for like my first tournament. Guys are all right.
Not bad, huh?
World champs now.
Not bad.
Yeah, something like. And then we played like some bad teams, and then we played y'all. And then I think we beat y'all. Was it 3-1 or 3-0?
It was 3-1.
3-1. I don't remember what map y'all won, but I just remember like the clip going around. We were like, just see it, and then like y'all just got mad at, like so mad that y'all lost to me. I found it's like so funny.
Wait,
And then
it was a clip?
no, we like went back in the stream and watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
He's
remember
like,
exactly what you're talking about. I remember that.
yeah, that was funny. And then I think after we beat y'all, we played Envy.
And
Then
by
we
the way,
beat,
after that tournament, we got dropped. We stopped playing with Aiden and Super CC. Yeah.
I mean, stuff happens. I don't know. Unlucky.
Everything happens for a reason, bro.
Yeah. But then we played Envy. Now it was their same roster for however long they had it. Piggy, all them, Yak. I think we beat them 3-1 as well. The only one
That's
we
crazy.
lost was like Forbidden. And they just got like double sniped and we lost. And then after that, we played Optic Sunday and then FaZe after that. And we got 3-0 both times. But should have won that game one against Optic though. Like up 2-1, 2 minutes left. Legend gets a God spawn. All good. And then that's the
Bomb?
end of that thing.
That was bomb.
Yeah, it was bomb. And then like I just made a dumb play and then they just won. So that's what it is. And BTH, it was like during the process of that. And then I made that roster. And then it was me, Facty, Gunny, and then Sirion. And then we went into SLC, did pretty well. Got to the last round of Open.
You guys went game 5 against Ether, bro. Your first
Yeah,
fucking
finally.
event.
Yeah.
Until Charlotte, I had never taken a map off of LATAM on land, by the way. Yeah. So I think that's a feat, bro.
I didn't know at the time if it was good or not, but like I was like playing, like I don't know. It was a fun time just like actually playing the game with people who like tried, if you know what I'm saying. I've never been in that like scene before. So that was cool. And then yeah, we got smacked game 5. I think it was like 50-28. It was pretty funny.
No
This year I went
disrespect.
1 in like 12.
No
Fun time.
disrespect to the other LATAM team. But I think that team was definitely the strongest LATAM team at the time. So the fact that you guys took them to a game 5, for someone who had literally never competed in their life,
For two people.
Two people. You're right, Sirion and Little Gators. Yeah, that's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
Not bad. We lost to him like 3-1, and I was low key like selling. I was like dying for no reason. And then I was
What
like,
team?
The Alpha Luminon team.
Oh, you guys played both the LATAMs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we lost to them 3-1. I was low key like not doing well, and I was like, okay, let me just stop being dumb. And then played Akabe and we did pretty well, but still lost.
No, that was Ether. That was Ether.
Or yeah, and then yeah, got one round off into the pro bracket, and then
One game,
after
bro.
that,
One game.
yeah, one game, but still didn't make
I have
it.
a
But
I have a question, Jake.
yeah, it
How
was good.
like so like after the event and after BTH, what were your plans?
Uh,
What did you think your future would look like?
what is my feet?
Like
I was
in competing?
employed, so low
You
key,
just
like if I wasn't gonna get a good team, like I was just gonna be like, okay, I mean, let's get run. You know what I'm saying?
I'm an engineer.
Yeah, electrical engineering, I'm like, but
I respect that, bro.
because I played on like that one, whenever y'all played that one open with, I don't know what team y'all had. I think it was Common, like in them, right? I
Yeah,
played in
Yeah,
yeah.
I
that
think
same
so.
one with, who was it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it
you
was
played.
Gunny, Matt,
Gunny, Hayden,
you.
and Maysky.
Oh
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did not do well at all, bro. Like everybody was just like checked and just like not even trying.
I was shooting
Uh,
bodies that match.
and then we just lost to people. And then after that, I was like, holy, I might be chalked. And then another cup came up, and then y'all hit me up to play. I was like, okay, why not? And then yeah, from there we just did what we did. I
Yeah.
think that's about it, honestly.
Do you guys remember our first tourney? Because I'm not sure if I do.
I remember
I
it.
remember.
I do.
We
We
were,
got
we were
3 by
I remember that night or the night before or the morning of, we were like doing VOD.
Is that when we beat Complexity game 1? Was that our first tourney?
That was the first tourney. Yeah, that was the first tourney. We beat Complexity game one on for Fortress Flag.
Fortress, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot about that, Ryan. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I completely I didn't know if that was the first tourney or not, but
No, that was the first tourney.
when we kind of saw the potential from that series alone, even though we ended the series 3-1, we lost that. I think we all
We lost the
immediately,
series.
yeah, we lost the series. I think we all immediately recognized though that like this team could be something great.
Yeah.
Just based off of that one game, that Fortress Flag game alone. If we were able to harness that energy, harness that pretty much everything, that teamwork, everything that went into that one map win and replicate it going forward, we could be very dangerous. And I think
Yeah.
that's what really gave us the fuel and the fire to do just exactly that and take things to the next level. But not to cut you off, Jake, you were saying.
No, I mean I was basically done. And then we just kept and then we just teamed and then basically that's what you explained what happened after that type shit.
Yep.
All right, so now I want to talk about like just leading up to Charlotte and like how the team was feeling and what was going through our heads and how we were practicing our playbook and just running the whole shebang, right? All the way up until Charlotte, we had only lost about 3 scrims, and 2 of them was against Chris's team, Common's team, and one of them was against Complexity. And we were fucking dominant. I mean, I would talk to Gabe like at night, like, yo, we are fucking disgusting. I've never felt so dominant with the team, like, ever.
And also,
And
well, a better way to think about it was like we went into the event and we had not dropped a scrim to any other amateur team
yeah,
Exactly.
or any other team competing in the open bracket. So that alone, I've never had the confidence in not only a team but like what we've practiced and
you're
how we
individual.
played against other teams. Yeah. Like I've never felt that way before.
Yeah. And like Jake doesn't have like the experience that we do, so like he's kind of just like flowing
He's
through it.
just
Like, yeah, this is
yeah.
like this is supposed to happen. Like, yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
it was
like,
This is
life.
normal type shit.
yeah, it's fucking normal. Like, yeah, you should be here. This is what you wanted to do the event before. But like for me and Gabe, it's like, bro, we've been going to open brackets for 4 years, just like always coming out of a Friday fucking disappointed as shit. Like it's annoying. Like it's actually like you go into depression mode and then like you're on Saturday you're debating if like you want to put your all into tournaments, into side tournaments and shit, but like my competitive self can only yell at me to say play your hardest and just keep going because I still have like the day of Halo to play, you know. So we were really dominant going into the event and extremely confident. And yeah, so we got bracket fucked, and we were just like, well, are we just gonna like fold over and like roll over just at the fact that we're not playing the teams we should be, or are we gonna actually do this? And yeah, you know, we had that conversation. We were like, yo, we should be up there. We were on the crowd. We were in the crowd. Looking at main stage, we were like, yo, we should be up here, this event. Let's make it happen.
Yep.
And
That's when we had a conversation. We had a little saying. It was called "Do it again."
do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah. Do it again.
Do it again. And just literally, it's basically when we made a good play, we would just say that. We would just vocalize that thing. Do it again. Do exactly the same thing we just did, and keep the momentum going. Keep the momentum flowing. And I think all the momentum propelled us to a level we had never seen before. To be completely honest with you, until this season, I don't think I was what you'd say, quote unquote, a good coach.
Wow.
And I don't think I've seen. I really think it's. I have to give my flowers to Gabe, Angel, Jake, Mikey, and Chris Common. I think everything I kind of just by being there, being in those settings, watching you guys play, see how you guys were talking about the game, and then absorbing it too. Obviously, I don't play the game, but absorbing all that information and then understanding how it translated into success and wins allowed me to then be like, oh wow, I can also give you guys the same relevant information in the comms that you guys are giving to each other.
Yeah, yeah, and we had a really important moment when we were playing TSM where it was a best of 3. It was a best of 3. It was not that many teams playing. A lot of pro teams got upset during this tournament, but we didn't manage to pull the upset. And one of the big reasons is we take game 1 or game 2 from TSM.
We took game 2. It was Aqua Slayer. We slammed them. It was 50-36. I remember that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. We take Aqua Slayer from TSM and we go into the third map. It's Lattice, King of the Hill. And at this time, Lattice is our fucking holy grail. We don't lose this map. And Ryan made this comment where I forgot what specifically it was, but it just put us into the game with a more lax mindset. And
because we knew that we had the opportunity to win, and we were like, perfect, like this is what we wanted, but we took it as an opportunity to not play the way we would normally play because we thought we won, essentially, or just we knew that we could, and so that we didn't pull the best out of us.
It was just a big turning point for the whole team because we finally understood the kind of power Ryan's words really held when we were in just the team environment. Like it's not that Ryan says anything's invaluable. It's just that he just has so much. He has so much impact as a coach that one, he has to be careful with his words, and two, we have to be careful with how the whole team interprets. You know what I mean?
And it's not just about like a coach having that kind of influence on the team. It's also about how willing the willingness of the players to be receptive to what the coach is saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys were extremely
So
coachable.
it works both ways. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
And we were the way we would talk to Ryan would be like we molded Ryan to be the perfect coach the way we wanted him to be, and that's all Ryan wanted. He just wants to be able to be as helpful as possible to us. If he was doing something wrong, then we have to be afraid to tell him that he's doing something wrong. Or if he's doing something right, we can't be afraid to tell him that to like reinforce those habits.
Do it again.
Yeah, and that's the best part of a team where like you can really get on somebody's ass and you know where they're coming from. It's not a place where like there's animosity growing or like this potential of like, yo, like this guy really just struck a nerve in me, and like now I have to feel like I have to defend myself or like any of the sort. When it was none of that, we all genuinely wanted to be at a place where we all succeeded, and that was just that series against TSM was just a really big learning moment for the entire team.
Yep. And there can be positive and negative moments where that happens. I remember
Yeah.
one of the best moments where that happened was like on a lattice map. I forgot who we were playing, or if it was an attorney or a scrim. But we were like all collapsing on a play. And one of the things we would always talk about is making sure that we're not just giving up map. And literally, as I'm saying something to Angel, he's already thinking it and like midway doing it as I'm saying it, which was, "Yo, Angel, map is yours to hold." Like he had snipe. I think he was top tower at the time. Everyone was like
I think I
collapsing
was.
on red. Yeah. And immediately as I'm saying it, he kind of recognizes it, turns around, and then like after the game, we talked about that moment. And we are like, I think Angel said, I think he was like, "Yo, I'm actually super happy that you can like recognize that in game in real time, and then like tell me." You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember I was telling you like, yo, I'm so glad you can like tell me what to do, not just like not literally saying like, no, you have to do this, but like as the game's happening, you can say something that one won't distract me, and two actually help the whole team by what I'm doing. So like, that's fucking huge. Like, yeah.
Yep. And then
I mean, eventually Ryan got better at just being able to dissect the game just through how he wanted to play the game. So, I mean, if your coach can't do that with the team, then you're just cooked, bro. That goes for each player. Like, if it's one person not in the system, or if it's the coach like saying
trying
something
to
that,
tell you how to play the game. You know what I mean?
yeah, then I mean,
Like that. You remember that one live fire play, Ryan?
Which
We
one?
like what was it?
Oh yeah,
It was
oh
a
yeah.
close live
You're
fire,
talking
and then
about
you're
the
like,
hill, right?
Oh,
yeah. And then you just were like, run this shit, and then everybody just died. Like we had time, and they were like, "Yo, Ryan,
yep.
you need to
So
chill out, bro."
that's I'm glad you mentioned that, because that goes into what I was saying. Like there's both positive and negative moments of that. So it's like you can learn, and when you look at it from a negative perspective, thank God it was like, I think it was in a was it a,
That was in a
that was a
scrim. That was in a
scrim.
scrim.
That was a
Thank
that was in a
God.
scrim. Yeah.
scrim. Yeah. So it's good that it happened there, because then I can recognize, like Angel was saying, the power of my words. Um, so now I knew moving forward, be very careful about how I tell the team to play the game. And then in those positive moments, it reinforced the good that was being done. And that's like anything, even with players,
Yeah.
as they're making plays and stuff.
Especially when we're just going through the VOD, like you see
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
When you're going
Exactly.
through VOD, a lot of teams like to go in the VOD like, oh, how did we fuck this up? Or like, what did we do wrong here? Or like, we should be double pushing here. Or like, you
You
should
have to look
also
at the
be looking at the good things that you do, because it reinforces that, so that you don't go one step forward and two steps backwards. Because you look at that one mistake and now you're worried about uh not fucking up. Next thing you know, you're like fucking up the things you were already doing right. So
top
Exactly.
of like yeah, with the whole good part of looking at the good stuff that you're doing, like especially in Halo, when the whole team sees what one person's doing right in a specific scenario, everybody can pick up that good habit by looking at something somebody was doing right.
right.
Like when you're looking at what everyone's doing negatively or the bad habits you guys want to break, that doesn't necessarily show what everybody should be doing in that moment, unless like you go into further dissecting, you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
like a really big thing.
That's one thing
Yeah.
that our team specifically did really well. All of us, Jake, Gabe, Angel, and Mikey, having a conversation in VOD. A lot of other
Yeah.
teams that I had coached in the past, one person or two people would kind of have like their way of playing the game, and then try and like be like, "Yo, this here is what we have to do." But I
Right.
remember multiple occasions where, I mean, it was almost like a debate. We'd have a conversation about certain plays and break down certain plays and be like, "Yo, I think here we should have done this." And then one person's like, maybe if we look at it this way, we should have done it this way. And we were all open to that conversation. It wasn't like one
It was
person
always
was
playing devil's advocate. It was always
exactly
playing devil's advocate.
always playing yo, here, maybe we should have, nah, bro, what if this had happened? Exactly. Always playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
And I remember that the one thing, the perfect example of this is when we were having a conversation. I think it was on Aquarius flag, and Gabe had so many opportunities when he was in the opponent's base that they didn't even know he was there. And at the time, I had made a comment like, "Yo, while we're watching VOD, bro, I think low key, I think like when they pull flag here, and like maybe I think we have one or two dead at the time, instead of just staying in their flag and like not throwing the flag out, you should throw the. And I remember specifically, we probably had this conversation for like almost maybe 30 minutes, going back and
Yeah, it was
forth.
like 30, 45 for sure.
Going back and forth. Gabe's like, nah, bro, like I just can't pull the flag here. Like I was advocating for him to throw it out just because it introduces a whole other thing into the enemy team's mind. They get
A
nervous.
slight disorientation within their comms and their plays.
Exactly
what it is.
So it can influence the game a little bit positively. And then that's not to say that every time he's in their flag he should do that. But Gabe was butting heads with me. He's like, nah, bro, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And then eventually we found like the perfect balance, and Gabe specifically was doing this in scrims and in tournaments where he was actually doing just that. He would always get through to the other side of the map in their base and would just make life difficult for them. He'd throw the flag out, be a hard kill. Sometimes he wouldn't throw the flag out, just depending on what's going on the map, he was able to make those decisions. But yeah, just having those conversations in VOD, being able to like talk about it and like figure out what we're doing good, what we're doing bad, and then taking all that information and implementing it into the gameplay was really good. I think that's what allowed us to be our best.
Well, I mean, we're all just willing to like find the right thing to do. Like I'm okay with being wrong as long as like we're all on the same page about it. And I don't care how you tell it to me or what it is that I'm doing that you're not a fan of. Like as long as there's a healthy conversation involved, I don't care. Like I'm gonna do what the team needs me to do. It's that simple.
And that's the key point too, is in those conversations at the end, we'd all come to the agreement like, all right, this is how we would play that play if it presented itself going forward next time.
Yeah. Instead of us just like having that debate or conversation and just letting it disapparate into the air and just have everybody having their own thoughts about what should have actually happened. Like that shit is so fucking unhealthy that it turns into animosity over a Halo play. Like for real, that's so immature. Let's actually get this down, get this right. Are we all in consensus with what just happened and how we talked about it? Yeah. All right, cool. Now we move on. Yeah. All right. I wanted to talk about Charlotte. I'd say that open I will never ever forget.
Never.
It's like from the morning of we were shooting on Xboxes since 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Mikey rented out the Xboxes. We set them up. We were chilling in the B&B with the Xboxes. We woke up really early. Ryan was cooking for us. He prepared a plate of beef, eggs, fruit. It was like blueberries, strawberries, golden kiwi, fire breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast, but I'm always down for it.
You remembered every plate, every food, of course, bro.
No, I
every food on that plate, bro.
No, because it was genuinely good, bro. It was good.
Thank you.
Now I can answer that. What did you have for breakfast? People ask that question. Just whatever. But he made us breakfast. We were shooting all morning. I mean, yeah, I said to the team, like, yo, I said to Angel multiple times, 2 weeks out, Angel, there is no universe where we warm up on Xboxes and don't get out. That's just not possible.
Mikey was swearing on that shit too. He was like, bro.
Yeah, every time we'd scrim, dude, we're gonna be on the Xboxes, we're gonna be frying, we're gonna be at the event warmed up while everyone wants to warm up.
Everybody's going to be trying to get on the box and play for like maybe 30 minutes. Like we're already going to be good, chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
Warming up for like 3-4 hours. Yeah, bro.
And our brains are already firing. Like you don't want to wake up an hour before you have to get to the venue and then still kind of got that brain fog. And now you're in Winners 3. You're not fully like in there. Winners 4, Winners 5. By the time it's qual round, you're still not fully awake yet. By the time it's our qual round, we're 7 hours deep and it's like a normal scrim. Yeah. I wake up and then have my day, and then by the time we scrim, we're at that like point in my day. You know what I mean? So we just try to replicate that.
The one thing I will say is that Jake needs to be more explorative with the foods that he eats,
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Bro, I got a great diet, man.
Trying to get this guy to eat breakfast in the even to eat a fucking strawberry, bro. This guy takes a little.
No, the strawberry was the only one I liked though. Like everything else was, I don't know. The strawberry was like.
Thank God, I don't know who got it, but thank God we had those sausage, egg and cheese breakfast
Oh, the Jimmy
sandwiches.
Deans, the Jimmy Deans,
Jimmy
Jimmy
Deans.
Deans, bro. I was like, bro, will you eat this shit? He was like, yeah, bro. I was like, bet. Got you.
No, those
I
cookies
didn't
were
even know we had those. I
Yeah.
think Vinny
Remember those
bought them. I
cookies, bro?
think.
Those cookies were
Yeah.
insane, bro. I had like 5 of them.
No, those cookies were insane. I'm not a cookie
Those
type of
Those
cookies
were
were
nigga
good
either,
fire.
bro.
cookies. Yeah.
Those
I
cookies.
was fake like I ain't gonna lie. During the night, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need like 3 of these to hold me down. That's it. I'm good.
I was
Yeah.
just worried about
No,
this
those
guy
were-
having like a sugar crash, bro. Like all he's eating is cookies the whole weekend, and I'm like, bro, this guy needs some
Bro,
energy, bro, some
That
protein.
I trust Jake on a cookie. Like he always would come home from work.
He came home
I
correct.
don't know, bro. I got this cookie. Like I'm ready for him. Like
Yeah.
yeah, bet.
like a
Like
double stuffed
if you're
Oreo.
good,
Like, got to. I'm good. Got a water. Maybe a Gatorade. If I get a Gatorade, I'm top tier.
There you
yeah,
go.
nah, actually. All right, so we're playing the tournament. We beat the first seed EU team that had a sub. It was 2-0. It was best of 3. It was Aquabomb, Kali Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit on them in the Slayer. Oh my god.
Yeah, Jake was frying. I think that's like the 3rd time Jake dropped a frenzy on fucking Kali Slayer when we were playing with him.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, it
fucking
was
crazy.
like I was like, okay. Like after game 1, because it went by in like 5 minutes, and then we went into that. I was like, I had snipe and I killed like 5 people off rip. I was like, yeah, this shit kind of light. And then
Bro.
I started killing teams off some like dumb shit. So I was just like, okay, nice, good
You were,
W.
you were a demon, bro. And I was low key worried before that series because for whatever reason, almost every team I've ever coached, whenever we played an EU team in a winners open, we always lost.
Wow. I mean, I told you that that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank God. Thank God.
I told you why too, but we're not gonna get into that
Yeah.
right now. But
Yeah. And we had the positive omen on our side. You know, last time I was coaching a team that made it out of the open bracket, it was in Charlotte. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy, bro. How shit lines up like that.
thank God it
Bro,
happened
That's
again.
crazy. Charlotte just got your back, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Then we played Mind Freak first. Yeah.
So freak.
It was a pretty interesting series, to be honest. We were game 1. We were down 80-0 in the strongholds, and then we kind of just locked it in. It was like
I think it was more about like
the mental
we needed
stack
to
that we had.
settle in to the series. Like to be honest, I wasn't nervous playing against them. And in my opinion, that's the best iteration of Mind Freak. I think that goes without saying.
That's the
I
best
think it's
Aussie team
just-
ever. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just I think it was just a matter of just settling into the series. I mean, we just had a pretty light round 3. Yeah, we honestly just haven't played anyone that good yet. We were down
Yeah, I
like
stopped up,
80.
1-7. It was not a good time. My
Yeah.
body was getting beat down, but like 3 games.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
bro, sticking to the playbook is literally what won us not only that series, but every other series.
Yeah.
We had 5 things. We're not going to talk about what those 5 things are, of course, but we had 5
Yeah, we're
things
not leaking.
that we would say before every single game, not just every series, before every single game. And I'd be like, yo, Jake, hit us with the 5. Yo, Angel, hit us with the 5. Yo, Gabe, hit us with the 5. Yo, Mikey, hit us with the 5. And it was just.
Who was the best at hitting you with the 5?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I think we would all get stumped on it at some point.
I think eventually, at first, it was Gabe. Like when it was like early on, I think it was Gabe.
Facts.
But then as like we progressed over time, I think it was Mikey. He was able to just like spit that shit off the tongue right away.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing.
No, just good team culture.
You were on game 1. That's where you were at.
Yeah, recharge strongholds, right?
Yeah.
Right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was the Slayer?
It was Street Slayer.
Oh yeah, Street Slayer was honestly insane. I was making the best play calls probably of my whole career. Like
If I can pull up that listening, bro.
no, that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, you pull that up. While you do that, there's one other. Oh, was it after game 1 that we like got up and like?
Yeah.
So okay, I want to talk about that because that shit was, first of all, that shit was hilarious. Second of all, I think that shit really played into like the mental game.
Yeah, it did.
So after winning our game 1s we did this against both Akave and Mindfreak. We would win game 1, and immediately take off our headsets and like walk off the stage and just like go to the bathroom real quick. Technically, you're supposed to do that like after game 2, but we were just like, nah, we're just gonna do it like literally after game 1, and we would just let them sit with that feeling of like losing game 1. And you know, most good teams would be able to like have that conversation and talk about it afterwards and like be in the mindset going into game 2 that they'd be prepared for game 2. But we wanted to kind of let them sit and let it stink. And I think that's exactly what it did, because it, you know, you're coming off off game 1, coming into game 2, and everyone might think like, oh, why would you step off if you have that hot momentum, if you're playing really well? For us, we didn't even worry about it because again, it was just sticking to the playbook. We weren't using momentum. We weren't using the energy to continue dominating in these games. It was making sure that we were doing the things that we always talked about doing. So as long as we did those things, we were fine. So taking that little bit of time to just let them sit with it, and then for us to reflect off of our game 1 win really proved to be very useful for us in winning both of those series, I think, and closing them out without losing a map.
Yeah, and keep in mind, bro, those regions got their best placing at that event.
Yeah.
So like
That's something.
we'll talk about that later.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments where like we're just not tweaking out. We're just spawning up and listening to each other. We know we can't just run out off spawn because they have camo on the whole map, right? Makes sense. But like we're just silent and we're just listening. We're just listening to each other. We're not saying anything we're not saying anything. And like throughout this whole play, I think we played this scenario professional. Like I'm gonna just let it play out.
Out. Scootmeister with the camo, not really sure where to go.
Yeah, right now I'm calling out one guy in C, and then I called out 2 people in C, but there actually wasn't 2 people. I just saw him in 2 different spots, so I just called out to hit PD. We get damage on the heaven guy, and then the camo guy was irrelevant for the rest of the play.
In C before he makes his move, he wants to make sure his teammates are able to follow up on whatever he starts, and this is where he strikes.
And like
lurking behind him, 45 seconds to work with. Right in front of him, he eventually gets spotted in between 3 players, trying to make the most of it.
Now, like they're in a position where we're in a position where now we're at advantage when they had the whole map and camo. So you could say that they fucked this up, which yeah, that's fair. But like we played it in a way where
we found our
we
timing.
played to our own advantage.
Yep.
I mean,
and we found our
that's
timing to get out of B and take that guy off PD, and then play back into the guys who were collapsing from behind us in B.
Yeah, we just went 4-0 when they had camo on the whole map. Like that just shows how good we were playing. And then let me try and find the other play. Yeah, this is when we started the listening. So just play it from here.
Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
Who was that said, I'm keeping map, I'm keeping map?
That was me.
Yeah. So that's a huge part of why we're successful.
That's a part of like, why? Yeah, exactly. Why we're good.
Yep. And then our teammates know exactly how to play the game off that.
Yeah. 2 1-shots. And then Angel said last guy back A, and I'm saying I'm keeping map. So I'm probably somewhere like B. I said I'm keeping map. I'm keeping map. I talk a little lower than the rest of the team, but like that's so that I can like ground my team and keeping that cool, calm and collected composure. Jake kind of does the same thing to the team where like he gets that monotone like volume into the team and like we get rebounded. Yeah. And our seating arrangement kind of complements that too. Like Angel and Mikey are on the right side and me and Jake are on the left. Like, yep. Angel gets melted.
Yo, they're staying PD. Listen, I have a god death cam. There's 2 in PD, 1 heaven, 1 A gen.
Yo, one's in purple, one's in red.
Red gun might be up right now. I hear that. I'm looking for red gun. I hear that. Red gun's almost up.
Yep, about to be.
Talking about red gun. We're 3B, 1 IV. You guys want to walk out PD? Like
Stars got me weak.
we're asking each other all these questions so that
Yep.
we're on the same page, and we have the room to do it because of the way the game is playing.
Still tires. One shot tires. One shot tires.
I hear them walking. One heaven weak. Heaven one shot to side. Nice. I'm going in PD. Jake, you're getting PD. Jake, Mikey, one bullet. We died. Live for. Yo.
See, like I take the first death, I got average, like trying to cut mid.
Back PD.
Mikey didn't get one, and then thankfully Jake trades one in PD. He got one in PD.
Yeah.
And now this is the part
big
where
play.
yeah, this is the part where Angel's like kind of coordinating us like super hard. Just listen.
Do they have camo? I'm not taking B. I'm not taking B.
Hey, yo, Cafe's weak. Cafe's by himself mad right now.
He's one shot. Yo, they could go B stairs. We could quad out B. We could quad out B. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it. Let's do it.
They didn't see us. They didn't see us. Walk. Clear corners. Nice. We go bottom mid now. Yo, one bottom mid, one shot, and one pink, one pink.
C-stairs up.
Ivy, guys. Ivy's our kill. One shot.
Two Bs.
Nice. We need two.
One's dead in. One's PD. PD to planners. Planners going B row.
I'm looking at.
B row.
Kill be real.
Butch, you got one. I got one.
B.
Yeah, now we're just ending the game.
They're shrouding him.
Fucking go!
Let's fucking go, baby!
This moment's hilarious.
Angel.
Job not done.
And then game 3 was
That was
King of the Hill live
King
fire.
of the Hill live fire.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was that game they were just making a lot of mistakes. To be
Yeah.
honest, we didn't do anything special.
Yeah,
No,
we weren't doing anything crazy.
just sticking to the game plan, bro. And then Akave.
Yeah, so Kave,
Game 1 Laz Hill,
Right. Yeah.
and they were getting loud. They were getting really loud as soon as we like first couple kills. But like after I heard that, I was like, oh, like these guys never scream in my matches. Like we got them by the balls now. Like played these guys like 4 times on LAN. It's like they're always just playing like this.
yeah, I want to kind of get into that a little bit. Like when I used to scream, I used to get hype like that and like yell at my opponents like mid match or whatnot, and like say their dog shit mid match. But there's a couple pitfalls to doing that. You know what I mean? Like you can't, when you're winning, it's hype. It's dope to be hyping shit and like show off that like, you know, you're shitting on them. That's good for your team. That's good for camaraderie. That's just good in general. But when you're that type of player and you're not that icy and you're not that ice cold player, when it's not happening for you and you're not getting hype no more, it's kind of like you gotta reset the momentum. You're showing the other team that
You're vulnerable.
you're mentally losing and you're vulnerable. So when you get that loud and then the other team shuts that down, you're kind of like at a lower point than if you were to have done that in the first place.
Exactly.
Like it's literally a mental battle. If you're screaming at the enemy team because you got a trade,
Should you
You're
really
just
be
not icy.
screaming in the first place?
no, yeah, exactly. Should you really be getting that loud in the first place? Because if they shut that shit down, you can't even get a kill anymore. You're not gonna have the room to like hype your teammates up. You're not gonna have the room to hype yourself up when you get that 5. Like you might as well just stay composed, stay icy. You hit this 5, and that's it. That's all she wrote. But you know they were getting loud, screaming dead in the first match, and I was like, oh, like this is exactly what I want. I want them to get hype when they 5 me.
Then game 2 Slayer recharge. Gabe fucking popped off in that game. To be
Oh my
honest,
god,
it was,
bro. You gotta pull that clip up, bro.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
yeah, Gabe honestly went huge, and we had some pretty phenomenal comms in that Slayer recharge as well. Like we had them all contained in Hydro, and once like they had to start making plays because Camo was coming up, Gabe just
That play you gotta
Ended the
break down too. That play you gotta, yeah, bro. Where you
We just
were,
played our numbers like really well that map. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah, we did.
recognized they're in one spot and then like put damage in, and then when we needed to collapse, we collapsed when we needed to. We
exactly.
didn't like force anything we needed to on that map.
Who had camos? Was it Angel?
It was this moment
Was
right
it
here.
you with camo snipe and you were like trippy box and you got
That was me.
damage?
had-
No, it was me.
It was
right
Gabe
here.
with
Yeah.
oh,
Gabe
had-
screen share.
We're gonna finish that one off, and really.
So even game,
getting camo.
Triple off of it. Camo goes into
I'm not sure how that's not an overkill, but whatever.
from the hands of Uzi there, and things might
So right here, like,
these next few minutes.
I'd argue they already did.
like we killed that guy kind of like so split that I didn't want to like, I didn't want to just start walking in with camo and then like they split pipes or like they split some weird shit and then they have some opportunity somewhere on the map. When instead I could just keep the whole map with the camo here, right? Fair. And then they're all trapped. And then I'm like directing the play. I'm like, Angel, no one's long. You could play long. Play into that. And then I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna use the camo to get the shock.
I think they go into a listening like very soon here.
Yeah.
Uzi collecting the power weapon to match his power up.
That play through the bottom. They might try to get in through blue pipes here.
Uzi still playing for intel. He'd take a shot if he could get the angle. Spacing is very trap-worthy here for Akavi. It's only a matter of time before Legion strike.
You can see the coordination is top paramount for these teams. Let's listen to what that coordination could be.
Here we go.
For Legion Gaming.
Yo, my coach. What's still white? Still white. Yep.
You're staying there. And one back there. We're keeping yo, 2K's got me one. 2K's got me one. Yeah, I live. Got you. They might hit out left. Let them scan.
Do you guys know why I said like they might hit out left there?
Because they got the damage on the other side. Now we technically don't have eyes in their eyes and their like sense of the game, and they're like, okay, we got damage here. We showed presence, quote unquote. Now we could just hit into A.
Yeah. And I'm saying that because like Jake is by himself. If they wanted to, they could go there.
Yeah.
And then I get the one shot.
Yeah, and pause it. Like, it's the silence that we give. Like,
Yeah, there's like 5
once
seconds
I
of
said,
silence here.
once I said, I lived, I'm one shot, and then we went mute,
Yo, my coach. What's still white? Still white. Yep.
and the game just played itself.
And one back there. We're keeping yo, 2K's got me one. 2K's got me one. Yeah, I live. Got you. They might hit out left.
You could just hear to just how responsive Jake is. He's like, I hear that.
Yep.
Yo, 2K's weak, Mikey. One shot, 2K's, Mikey.
Or dead.
Yeah, I want to see that
Play
play.
that play. Yep.
The small talk, you're hearing things like, I heard that.
In transition.
Here it is.
Yeah, and then
From all 4 different parts of the map, right? It's so important, that coordination there, an effort to take down that shock rifle. They only lost 1 bullet in the transition. Legion Gaming still in control. Such an impressive Slayer thus far.
Uzi could call game right here with the shot in his hands, and he's starting to do just that.
I love how he said could call game right here.
Leaves numbers dwindling for Akavi, and so too is their chance of coming back.
Oh my god.
Nasty.
Holy fuck.
Looking like MJ.
And now a double-digit lead as
Immediately watching the rest of the map, holding the map.
and a 2-0.
Love that from Gabe.
there was something I'm gonna mention. Oh yeah, right here, Ryan was like in the comms. In here, Ryan was like, "Yo, low-key, Gabe can grapple the camo," and I said, "No, I'm not." I said, "I am not grappling camo."
Yep.
Exactly how I said it, and then I do that.
Yo, silent sting.
Silent sting, baby.
They're just sitting in gold. I think. Are all of them sitting in gold?
Silent Sting, I immediately run at pipes.
Damage pipes. Can
Don't
let's just
have to overextend. They don't have to push or press for this final slay, but here comes the push. All they need is a trade.
Fucking go! Fucking got me!
Did you see? Zuzi kind of reel himself back
Oh
in?
my god, Gabe, you were hitting some nasty.
Yo, bro, that morning, I was like, "Yo, bro, the shock is feeling a little easy." I was telling Angel, I'm like,
kind of good. I'm
like, the shock feels better on the box, bro. I don't know, but yeah, that's how those series went. We had a close game 3 with Akave, but that's a 20-minute game.
What was that? The strongholds?
Nah,
the
the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aquabomb.
that was incredible. Now we just gotta watch the end of it. Just, yeah, that last clip.
Yo, this is insane.
Done! The Kave! No going These
Two dead.
trades are in. This is
Three
an
dead.
opportunity. Legion Gaming can
Absolute.
win it here.
Last guy's in. P-door.
90 seconds left. And a moment for everyone
Help is
to take
coming.
their
Help is
breath.
coming, boys.
Get
Hold
this
the line.
open on
Hold the
YouTube
line.
if you
Play
haven't.
discipline
After
right
one
here.
30 seconds. You don't want to miss.
Yo, I want to talk about that real quick.
Oof.
That kill,
Oof.
yo, that kill right there. I think that was drift. That's a
Scammy
bro.
death, bro. Yeah. Yep,
That's super
meleeed him
scam.
I
too.
remember calling
he
that
could've
out
traded
literally the second he did that. I was like, he scammed, he scammed. And boom, you guys capitalized.
And
I
like
was so surprised when I
we're
got that.
all we're all negative here in this match.
Yep.
So like drift is up 10. This is acid up 1. Lior's up 7. And Magical's down 1. Like they are outslaying us by a fat margin, but we're just genuinely playing. We're not playing to pad our stats. We're playing to win as fast as possible.
And you know,
Like we want to make statements.
the other thing that really, the reason why they didn't win this game was specifically because of how many times you guys threw the bomb out of our base. That shit
Yeah.
was insane. At least
Yeah.
4 or 5 times where like we're completely trapped and we just fuck it, ran at the bomb, threw that shit out. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was crazy.
There were some
Yeah.
crazy plays where that happened, bro.
Yeah, those
some
are
insane
honestly
plays.
some butthole clenching plays, bro. Like literally, that
Literally.
time I threw the bomb out when we were about to lose. I threw the bro. I don't. I was fucking nervous as shit making that play. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't trying to like lose it because I could have easily been like just choked the bomb play and just like, good try. But it's like, no, that's gonna haunt me if I choke that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Best match of the day.
Just play together right here.
It's ready. They're going. They're going. They're going. Acid, he has to hold on to. He gets
Come on,
the
it's 3
first.
dead.
Bomb is in. They're in the base.
Come on, man. Let's go. Oh, dude, let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go, man.
In disappointment, they've finally done it. The journey. Tournament.
That's what I'm talking about, guys.
Incredible moment.
Absolutely incredible moment.
Yep.
Everything we spoke about, everything we went over, how we communicate with each other,
So then,
and then
we went into pool play.
yeah, pool play. We played Luminon, then Phase, and then C9, right?
yep.
I think when it came to pool play, we were just very
Inexperienced.
unequipped and inexperienced.
Both unequipped and
And-
inexperienced.
I think the more inexperienced part is just the being up there and just having the white noise, just having to play on PCs, and then like the settings, and then like in my personal opinion, I don't think we were unequipped gameplay wise or inexperienced gameplay wise, but just
The
inexperienced
environment.
in the setting and the environment. That's
Yep.
all it was.
I mean, we should
Yeah.
talk about it. We were using IEMs that did not really block out
Any white noise.
The white noise very well. The white noise was extremely loud. They were actually having some issues with it. A lot of players were complaining about it. Shout out Haynes. Mikey was able to use some the IEMs that we're actually wearing right now.
Not sponsored.
Mikey was immediately telling us how like it was just next level. He could hear everything. He was able to sound horror. The white noise didn't bother him because Mikey didn't even have IEMs.
And then
The settings in Steam. You guys want to?
Yeah, the dead zone, the input dead zones, the controller dead
Steam, we're
zones
still
in
enabled.
Steam.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just thought that my settings from home would save onto the SSD at PPA, but that wasn't the case. You gotta reconfigure those settings because it's a new SSD. It's a new
Even though you're logging into your
configuration.
Steam account.
Exactly. Even though I'm logged into my Steam account, and so when I was playing, it did feel a little different. But like, I'm not a head caser. I'm just like, it is what it is, bro. Like, I'm here to play. Like, it is. Like, I'm not gonna spend all this time figuring out what the issue is when I can spend that time like playing, essentially
talking about the game.
and talking about the game.
And then we were having comm issues. It was like hard to hear each other.
Yeah, every time we
Yeah.
load into a map, like we wouldn't hear Gunny, and then it's like, fuck, bro. Like
We can't do anything in our system, in our playbook, if like any little inconvenience.
Yeah. And then eventually when we did get in the game, we did veer away from our system a little bit, but I think that's more because like I didn't feel uncomfortable playing on those matches. I didn't feel like weird or nervous playing those matches. I think it was like you said, Ryan, just the environment and just the white noise, the IMs. I couldn't sound or anything. All I heard was
Yeah.
bandit shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, something just as little as that can literally throw off the mental.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate.
Not even the mental. You
the way
just
that happened.
don't play the way you're used to playing.
Yeah, but luckily we kind of reset. After our pool play matches.
Yeah, we lost all of them. And I
Didn't
would
win
say
a
the
map.
only good series we played was against FaZe, shockingly enough, and like
We took the
they were
10 kill
close
lead.
matches. Yeah, we
And Slayer.
were even in the King of the Hill recharge, and we fucked up. Like I had a really bad play that costed us the game basically on the recharge hill. On the Aqua Slayer, we choked the 10 kill lead, and game 3, I forgot game 3 to be honest.
I think we probably got slammed on it anyways. It was
Yeah,
oddball,
yeah.
maybe?
Remember?
Was it oddball?
Eyeball lattice or something.
I have no clue. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, we got slammed on that third map anyways. But
And,
yeah.
we were like, all right, bro. We're like, what the fuck do we have to do to
At
make sure
first,
this
like-
LCQ goes right?
Yeah. And at first we were like, I wasn't saying much personally because I just genuinely wanted to sit in those thoughts. I didn't want to, because Mikey's, we all know who Mikey is. He's like, yo, what the fuck happened? How can we bounce back? And I'm like, well, I mean, I got you in 10 minutes. Like, we just lost. So we got to let that settle in a little bit, get out of the emotional part of it and think without that emotional barrier, that mental block, and think with a clear mind so that when we come back in the venue, it's not about what just happened. It's about how we're going to get to Worlds through the LCQ. And so we went to, what was it called, Ryan?
Guitar Center. We spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out where the hell we could find IEMs. We like drove to Walmart. They didn't have anything.
We went to Best Buy, right?
Went to
They didn't
Best
have
Buy.
anything.
They didn't have anything. So I was like, bro, why are we not just Googling like Charlotte IEM store? So I literally just Googled that and like Guitar Center came right up. I should have done that at the start.
Honestly, I didn't even think that you could do that.
Yeah. Luckily they had them in stock. We needed 4. They had plenty. And
Yeah, we just dropped 400, 500 collectively on some IMs, and like as soon as we got to the featured and PPA, we were like, oh, bro, like this is a night and day difference. Like,
Yeah. I was like, if I at least had this on main stage, I would have heard like
everything,
maybe another. Yeah, I would have heard everything.
everything, footsteps,
Yeah.
teammates, like, yeah.
Yeah. Literally
Everything.
anything.
and
everything.
blocking out white noise, like
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was oh yeah,
In the
well
car.
Yeah, Mikey was
by the time
saying
we were
that,
getting back, we were reciting our playbook, on our drive back. We were kind of talking about what we needed to do and like giving it to each other straight, like without
we
the
just
bullshit.
the whole thing was going back to yesterday. How do we get the team back that we had the day before in the open? Because
Yeah.
clearly the same team.
Yeah. And both the teams we beat, Reverse Swept, correct me if I'm wrong, Complexity, and then Mind Freak beat Optic. Akave reverse swept Complexity, and then Mind Freak beat Optic.
Yep.
So it's like we were kind of like, we're fucking perplexed after how exactly can we beat these teams in the open 3-0, both of them, and then fall flat in pool play, not even take a map. While these other teams we beat
Are making records for their region.
yeah, they are setting records for their respective regions. So that kind of got us a little lit a fire under our ass a little bit because it just proves that we're better than what we're letting on. And so with that mindset and what we were talking about in that ride back with our IEMs, we're guaranteeing the IEMs, we're guaranteeing that we're improving our environment. By the time we get back, we're just in PPA. And I'm like, bro, fuck the scrims and shit. Like, that's not what we were doing that morning. Like, the morning of what we did was we warmed up for 3 hours. We were talking to each other, talking ideology, talking our playbook, and that's it. And shooting each other. We just octagoned each other, and that was it. And then by the time we did do a scrim eventually that we didn't even plan on doing, Dark Inside was just behind us, and they were just like, yo, you want to scrim? And we were just like, well, we warmed up enough, obviously. Like, we're good. We could play. That first map, Forbidden, after we won Forbidden, didn't we win it like 3-0?
Yeah,
was
3-0,
Yeah, we won it
like,
3-0.
It was 3-0 quick.
super
And
quick.
then Mikey said, "Oh, there we are.
That feels familiar.
Yeah, that
That's
feels.
what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. That feels
He said
familiar.
that
yeah, yeah.
verbatim. He was like, "Well, that feels familiar," and I was like, "Yeah, it does, bro." And then we just kept to it. Then we lost Aqua or Origin Slayer. I forgot what the rest of the scrim was, but it was the LCQ maps. Oh, and then I don't think we played the rest of it.
No, we played 4.
Nah, I don't remember personally.
Yeah, we
But
did.
After that scrim, we were just like, that's what we needed. And then Mikey was like, I wish we would have had that at fucking pole play, but you know, some things happen so that other things can.
Yep. Shout out Zane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
shout out
Zane.
Zane.
He was putting us on to all the AMD settings that I fucking forgot about at Worlds. Not like it would have made the biggest difference, but he gave us all the AMD settings. He went in the Steam settings and showed us like what to turn off and shit. And no, yeah, huge shout out to him. Completely forgot about that, Ryan. Good catch.
So we were prepared this time. Going in,
Yeah.
coming off the Xboxes, none of that shit was an issue. Because
Yeah.
you didn't have white noise, you didn't have to worry about Steam settings, you didn't have to worry about AMD settings, none of that. And then going into the last chance qualifier, we played Kraken, which was Haynes, Lido, Morgan, and Ezo. Night and day difference. We showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't a difficult series. There's no real other way to put it. After the first map, it was a little bit, we had to fight the first map, but the second map, Origin, which Mikey got that overkill on, I put a bullet in that guy, and then I walked away because I was that confident. I think, didn't we stake him on the Slayer?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that range.
And then the last game, Live Fire, Strongholds. Live Fire, Strongholds, you got to be really like, I feel like that's a different map. Like, that's a real test, that map. I feel like Strongholds, Live Fire, a real team wins that map.
I can
a real
agree with
team
that.
with a system wins that map.
That map has knocked us out of plenty of tournaments, bro.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
ga- that map
Especially
and
against the
game
Latin
type.
Americans. Yeah, I mean,
And we qualified for Worlds.
that was Worlds.
Yeah.
Shit, crazy. I couldn't believe
Sounds
it,
like-
low key.
Yo, if you guys made it this far, like, yo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, I fucking love you. Like, if you actually got this far in the video, thank you for just hearing us out and just listening to our experience.
Yeah. Yeah, word. I don't think there's gonna be a long conversation, but I don't think there's enough insight in just the Halo competitive scene in general when it comes to just players speaking their mind and their experiences. You know, you'd see a lot of that on stream after events, but not like in a video where it's more organized.
Yep. And we definitely had some more coming. Stay tuned. We'll have a little bit more content to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely a lot more that we want to go over and cover. So we appreciate
Word.
you for watching the
everyone.
whole video and look forward to the next one.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
See you later.